Shalom. I'm making an introduction to the 26 steps on how to get close to God. But obviously, the orthodox way, the religious way. The idea is that today we have Jews who are not religious who wants to become religious, or we have non-Jews who want to convert, and it's not always clear on how to become religious, at least from an orthodox perspective, and therefore the goal is to facilitate you to know what are the basic foundations. We'll start with 26, maybe I'll go more, but the basic foundation on how to get close to God, how to have a relationship with God, and how to become orthodox. Obviously, one doesn't need to be orthodox to get close to God and have a relationship with God, but the way, according to the Orthodox Jews, the most accurate path, the easiest, the most direct, and the way to get it on the highest level is by fulfilling the Torah and the commandments through the transmission, through the tradition that we have from rabbi to students, father to sons, mother to children, from Mount Sinai till today. The idea is that we have to have some basic principles to move forward, and I'm going to try to give you all those principles in the best possible way. And just before that, has to be clear that I'm speaking already to someone who believes there is a God and believe that the Torah is from God. So we're not dealing with proofs or anything. We're dealing directly with the application of the Torah, what God wants from us, and how to do it. And the last thing I want to point out is that not before, but as one does that, one needs to know that that there's a mission, a personal mission that one needs to fulfill in the same time. So there's the religious aspect of our life. We have to come close to God the way God asks us, but God also wants us to find our own mission in life, and it can be manifested in one's work or in one's everyday hobbies, to help the world. Or everyone has a specific, unique mission. We're all different, and we have to find one's own personal mission. Everybody, and so I have some videos if you want where you can find the different steps on how to find your mission. You can find it online on YouTube, which is called Discovering and Choosing Your Mission, Personal Mission in Life. Also, I had just before, I forgot one last thing. One last thing is that one has to decide what rabbi to follow and what rabbi to follow, because there are many rabbis out there and there are many different set of information, and there are basically many different ways to be religious, or even in the Orthodox world. But there's two categories that one has to be aware of. There's the healthy Judaism and the unhealthy Judaism. The healthy Judaism is a Judaism where you grow and you become more spiritual, and it's exciting, it's beautiful, it's loving. And there's the unhealthy Judaism, which basically transform you into a robot, where you just do the commandments because God said so, and and people feel guilty with their sins, and if God created the world and if God gave an information, it must be that it's the healthiest way to live and the happiest way to live. It doesn't mean that there will be no suffering and no effort, because that is part of life, of nature. But whatever He gave us are the best tools for us to come close to God, and it's very exciting, it's loving, and it's beautiful, and it's meaningful. So that's, I think, very important to see that. And if one practices the Torah and one lives a miserable life, then obviously one didn't learn it the right way or practice it the right way. What God wants us to is to, with the Torah and the information and the commandments, is to come close to Him, and we're going to discuss that actually on step number 2, that we're here to have a relationship with God. So I hope you enjoy the trip on to get close to God, and good luck.